What's up, dog fans, and welcome to another installment of Breaking It Down. Today, I'm going to talk about the vertical passing game and how pre-snap reads and defensive looks can tell the quarterback where to go with the ball, and how the receivers are essential to creating favorable matchups in space. When we think verticals, we think about deep shots down the field, but here we're going to see how the threat of the deep shot can open up other easy completions in the intermediate zones. Without any further ado, let's break it down. So the thing to know about this concept is that they like to leave the wing tight end and the running back into pass protect, which gives them a 7-man protection against any kind of pressures. But that means that there's only a 3-man route combination with the X, the Z, and the H's in the slot. So the X is usually the vertical clear out. He's the guy that's probably not getting the ball. The H is trying to outside release his man and then get back to the inside, sometimes even running a dig or a drag. The Z is either taking the vertical all the way, or like you see here, he's going to come back. And they get a lot of plays like this. So there's really a lot of communication, a lot of reading of the quarterback and the wide receiver in conjunction. Here's the end zone view of this. You're going to see the protection and just how amazing it is. But right now you see that they are lined up in the pistol, and then when they get the play, the back motions to the strong side of the formation. Again, this is really just set up to mess with those linebackers in the run fits and get them thinking about one thing or the other. But you're going to see plenty of time. He's going to be able to step into his throw. The separation is created by the vertical push. That's a nice play. So we're going to see on this play where the crosser or the dig is actually going to be the primary setup by the vertical on the outside and the outside release and come back to the bottom of the screen with the Z. So we let this roll a little bit, and the key here is the vertical clear out up top, but the H, or the slot receiver, has to get depth. He has to get past the linebackers, come across the field, and you see the comeback at the bottom of the screen is taking 2 sets of eyes. Perfect opening right there. He cuts it up the field, and you notice the guy around the comeback is downfield trying to get into a block. I really hope that Coach Shepard adopts that mentality with our receivers this year, because blocking is an essential piece. So, end zone angle. Late, you're going to see the safety bail, and they're going to go into a cover 3 shell. So he's gonna retreat back. There you go, and that's going to set it up perfectly because the linebacker drops into that hook to curl range, which allows the receiver to get behind him and across the formation without any trouble whatsoever. All right, a little bit of a wrinkle now. We've got a typical 3-by-1 formation with the attached tight end being on the left side. He's still got to stay in the block, obviously. And the X receiver up at the top is going to motion. So these two are going to be super close together. Usually you want your guys spread out, but they're going to play off each other a little bit. They're going to merge their verticals. They're going to run side by side, and the X is actually going to break out of that. He's going to kind of stack his man and break it out to the sideline. And what I mean by stack is you get past them, you stack them vertically, you try to get them basically in pursuit, and then you break it off. So again, Hayner's going to motion the X receiver to get very close to the H so they can run their verticals side by side. And you're going to see the created space. Look at all that room to the sideline. He's got enough time to catch the ball, lose his man, turn it upfield for an extra few yards. Okay, so this play is kind of cool. And I think it speaks to the versatility of the system and the players' ability to kind of react on the fly and having some automatics. So you're going to see the slot receiver. He's obviously going to bend it inside to try to take the linebackers. And what you're going to see here is this safety up top. They're disguising a cover 2. He's going to walk up into a robber. He takes away that center area, so obviously we're just going to go to the hitch outside. And that seems like a small thing, but is absolutely huge. Being able to read a safety the last second and shifting the formation of the defense, he knows, hey, if that guy walks up into the middle, I know I'm going to the outside hitch. And I can't stress this enough. We want our quarterbacks reading the safety and reading the defense like this and making easy high percentage throws. Wide open, cuts it upfield, nice little play. So this is pretty standard. They're obviously going with a cover 3 shell and they're playing their corners way back. That outside slot corner or linebacker is going to be the key to this though, and you're going to see the H receiver has to get an outside release on him, and then he's got to cross him up Allen Iverson style, for those of you guys who got to see the answer play. But you're going to notice that there's a reason for this, because he gets outside release and then boom, as soon as he crosses his face, there's no way he's going to get back to the flat and help that comeback route. And that is how you've got to teach them. You've got to teach them not only where to go, but how to get there, how to set things up. Because you're going to be faced with something like this. Now, you can't see the slot corner to the left. You can only see the outside linebacker 24. But once 4 walks back into that cover 3 shell, you know that the slot receiver who's coming across has to fight across the face. But to get there, he needs to get his feet turned the wrong way. So he crosses. There's all that open space out there. There is absolutely no way they can defend that with a cover 3 bailing corner on the outside. Well, folks, we've come to the conclusion of another exciting episode of Breaking It Down. I'm Coach V, as always. We hope that you enjoy these. I'm going to keep making them. Next up is going to be a breakdown of the spring game / practice, whatever you want to call that thing, but some really cool stuff to show you. Until then, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your relatives, join up with Dub Dub. We got so many more things to come. As always, go Dogs!